Welcome back, everyone. So to show off here, when it comes to suppressors, which I think is the most important thing when it comes to weapon customization, it looks like the fastest way to get a medium durability suppressor for the pistols is to start upgrading the AMD 114, and the fastest way to get a medium for the rifles is to continue upgrading the AMS. Needless to say, it is very nice because we can just slap it onto our tranquilizer pistol, and now it has a much more durable suppressor. And then we can also throw them onto our rifles, our sniper rifles, and the light machine guns. Honestly, I normally just go with the default frame because it saves money, and having a suppressor I think is more important than having a flashlight or a grip. I don't know, to be honest, outside of the customization glitch, weapon customization feels a little dry.
Boss, your objective is to steal an entire truck from a PF convoy. We don't have a fix on the truck we want, but the intel team has spotted the unit that's been tasked with escorting it. They're stationed at the guard post to the north of Nova Braga Airport on the Savannah. The rendezvous with our target will be any time now. Start by heading to that guard post. Then follow the escort unit. It should lead you right to the target truck. Boss, extract them from the mission area. You can check the target details on your iDroid.
So as you saw, we have D-Dog with us. I left Quiet and herself for this mission. D-Dog's ability to passively scout will be a lot more helpful in this mission than Quiet's scouting abilities. Because while Quiet does permanently mark people, she can miss a lot of guards sometimes if they're not within like her running radius or something.
Reach the guard post. Where's the escort unit?
You may have noticed that I have D-Dog wearing a vest. It is one of his upgrades. Unfortunately, it costs GMP to use it, but it's only about 1,000 GMP.
The escort unit isn't there. We must be too late. Is there anything there that might lead us to the target? Look everywhere in the guard post.
But that is what the sneaking suit lets us have D-Dog do. It is rather unfortunate, though, that it does overwrite his other ability, which is, just to keep him busy when I want him to run up to a guard and just distract him for me. Sometimes, I want to keep a guy alive, and I want D-Dog to distract him so I can run up and grab him instead of having D-Dog kill him, but I want you guys to listen here for a minute. The guards smoking their cigarettes are doing it, like, just off sync. It's slightly distracting. Now, inside this tent is an intel file. It is one of our side missions.
Use your iDroid to scan it, and we'll analyze it here.
It's kind of a dick move here, because you see that chair right there. Many times when I've walked up to that intel file, I have hit that chair and alerted all 3 guards outside the tent. My original run was me sneaking into the tent to grab the chair, to grab the intel file, and then I hit the chair. Needless to say, I was a little bit antsy at the end here.
Perfect, boss. It's the escort plan for the transport truck. I'm putting the escort unit's predicted route on your iDroid. Get after them. They should rendezvous with the target soon.
Where is she?
You mean Quiet? In her cell, of course.
Why did you send her out with the boss on that mission?
She proved herself well enough, didn't she? The boss sure knows talent when he sees it.
That woman will never be one of us. She's targeting him.
Don't forget, we do owe her one.
What's that supposed to mean?
Remember what happened when she first got here? She shot down the aircraft Cypher sent after us. Not only that, she hit the cockpit. Who else could have done that? We're talking about a fighter jet traveling at Mach speed.
What's your point?
If she hadn't been there, the boss's chopper would be at the bottom of the ocean right now, or it would have been followed right back to Mother Base. So let's say she does have some elaborate scheme in the works. If you want to catch her in the act, all we can do is sit back and wait. On the other hand, if she swears allegiance to the boss like our other Fulton recruits, he couldn't ask for a better partner.
She's got you fooled.
I have eyes on her. If she tries anything, she'll regret it. We lose nothing either way.
By the way, snipers are assholes. But hey, let's get a better look at D-Dog's attack. I love that chomp and knife unsheathing sound effect that goes off. But something to note too about Kaz's paranoia. I mean, yeah, sure, Quiet's with Cypher, and she did try to kill the boss, but everyone on Mother Base, including Kaz himself, has tried killing the boss.
That truck is the target. Extract it out of the mission area. You can also drive it out of the hot zone yourself.
So you may notice a few of these soldiers are showing off as ZRS soldiers on the scanner. They are different than the CFA soldiers. Two of the side missions for this is extracting 3 ZRS soldiers, as well as extracting the driver of the truck.
Is jy gereed om te ry?
Enige tyd.
En wat is onder die seil in elk geval?
Dis beter as jy nie weet. In ieder geval, dit sou kontrakbreuk wees as jy kyk.
Ek het gerugte gehoor. Dink jy dis waar dat die bose gees in Zambi jou siel sal besit as jy kyk?
Moenie die seil lig nie.
Goed. So jy is op pad met die rivier.
Ja. Doen my 'n guns en kontak die buitepos daar.
Ek maak so.
Rig steen my daar, kerels.
So another side mission here is listening to all the conversations that the truck driver has with his CFA counterparts. Sort of like the Lingua Franca mission, and just like the Lingua Franca mission, it's not going to pan out too well. So there are 2 more stops that the truck makes. He makes it at the outpost up ahead, and he also makes it at the, in fact, the same area that Lingua Franca takes place at. Also, that truck there with those like 5 guards was kind of a dick move, Kojima. I almost ran right into that. Something else I probably never mentioned, Snake has dynamic petting with D-Dog. Depending on which side D-Dog's on, he'll use the appropriate hand to pet him. Just some in-game trivia. Also, I can't help but notice how loud D-Dog gets when you just stand around, so I eventually start kind of shuffling about to make D-Dog move around so he stops panting right next to my left ear. Alright, so they're gonna start talking now, right? I'm gonna have that subtitles showing up on the bottom of the screen, right? Any second now, guys. Okay, that one guard left. Maybe he has to come back and then the dialogue will fire off. Okay, there he is. Is anything gonna happen?
Enemy presence detected.
So yeah, just like Lingua Franca, sometimes the dialogue just plain doesn't fire. So I had to replay this mission again. And I was getting a little worried here that the dialogue wasn't going to fire off again. I don't know what I did wrong the first time. It just didn't happen.
Wat gaan aan?
Sien jy enige iets vandag?
Nie regtig nie, maar
Maar wat?
baie ouens het verdwyn in hierdie dele die afgelope tyd.
Verdwyn. Soos in ontvoer.
Weet nie. Maar het jy al die gerug gehoor? Daar's 'n boot in die Zaire-grens. Blykbaar vol spooke. En enige iemand
wat ooit daarin gaan, kom nooit uit nie.
So jy weet daarvan.
Luister, jy moet nie en praat hieroor nie.
Wat bedoel jy?
Ek skuld julle 'n gids, so volg net my advies.
Ag, hierdie ou.
So apparently there's a rumor of people being abducted I wonder if that rumor started before or after Snake showed up. Not as funny as the Russians questioning why all their soldiers were disappearing and then talking about balloons flying up in the sky. Also, something that I think is kind of funny is the goon talking about how Afrikaans sounds like broken Danish. But you do hear some bits of English, and in fact there's going to be a broken English dialogue up here that's gonna be kind of funny. At least I found it funny. And so this will be the last stop for the truck driver. They continue past the Minfilia oil field, and once they drive past that, game over. So we're gonna throw our trusty stun mines here in the middle of this road to stop the lead car and keep the convoy in place so we can run up and snatch the vehicles.
Boss, the target has reached Gazeba camp. We don't have much time left. Hurry.
So, right, Kaz does have a very urgent message here. He gives another one once the convoy is almost to the oil field up ahead. And yeah, this dialogue didn't fire up for me either, so I had to rerun this mission a third time to get it to work.
Iets fout. Ek moet jou vrag inspekteer. Hey, stop dit. Jy ken die reëls. Lig daai seil op en my kliënt gaan bedonderd raak. Dink jy ek gee hel om? Ons het 'n ooreenkoms. Jy sal aangekla word van kontrakbreuk. Sê vir jou baas hy moet die rekening stuur. Wat die hel man. As 'n aansteeklike siekte om hier by te pos. Stroom af. Dis waarskynlik dat dit deur 'n ander permanente mag losgelaat is. En jy blameer die FSA. Ek het dit nooit gesê. Maar op die oomblik is almal 'n bietjie lig geraak oor buitestanders. Net een kyk en ons kan alles oplos. Ek gaan nie die verantwoordelikheid hiervoor vat nie.
Dit is CP. Laat die konvooi deur. Akka het ons geskakel. Die boodskap is: ons het 'n gesamentlike verhouding met zero risiko sekuriteit in hierdie saak. Eensidige optrede in die gebied sal nie geduld word nie. Eensidige optrede sal nie geduld word nie. Dit was Akka se bevel. Ons het geen ander keuse nie.
And 3 for 3. Also, what the hell, man. So now we just gotta wait up ahead for the convoy to fall into our little ambush. I know we're doing it right in the middle of a base, but all we have to do is get rid of the truck in the center, then we're home free. We don't have to capture the other 2 vehicles. I think we have enough armor left at home anyways. Perfect, now to... Oh. Oh dear. Looks like they got a new outfit. So here we go, we got the skulls once again.
Bastards are pulling guard duty. That proves the cargo is headed to Cypher.
Resource supplies requested.
Thankfully they haven't noticed us yet, so I'll order some weaponry to let us take them out. Something that's kind of neat, if you look up right where a supply drop is coming in at, you'll see a little shimmer of a star. Also, we can request drops in loadouts. So instead of having to individually load out a bunch of stuff, we can just pick up one full thing. And there we go, the first shot has been sounded. Now, once again, I would just love to thank the internet for telling me to come back with endgame weaponry, just like with the helicopter in Mission 6. You internet fucking full of very helpful advice, like come back once you have endgame weapons to fucking take care of things in the middle of the game. So of course I've gone with the usual shotgun loadout. This is with a auto-shotty instead of a pump action. Unfortunately, I should have honestly gone with a pump action because it does more damage. And it doesn't seem that D-Dog does much when it comes to fighting the skulls. Also, you may notice a few of the skulls, their health bars will start to have like this kind of grayish red thing going on. That's them like powering up for an attack. This can either be them earthbending, like from Avatar, or this can be if you stand still in one spot, they'll kind of make the ground shoot up from underneath you, or they can even end up putting a rock barrier around themselves. Now I'm not doing too hot because I'm not really running around in an area with a lot of cover. But one thing you want to do when the skulls are charging their stuff up is go ahead, shoot them like I've been doing, because it cancels out their attack. And again, the skulls, once you start aiming at them, that's when they start... Oh! There went an earthbend. But yeah, once they notice you're aiming at them, they just immediately start running. I also don't understand what's with them running besides me. I think they're just trying to taunt me. And besides their earthbending skills, as we've seen in the first time I fought the skulls, they can pull out a sword-like thing to charge you, or they just pull out their pistols and start shooting at you. Also, I'm going to replace D-Dog with Quiet, because D-Dog is not helping out too much here. And yeah, I'm getting really fucked up. Like, everywhere I go, they start appearing, and just... Yeah. I am not doing too well, even with the battle dress on. I guess it's obvious, in case I haven't said anything about it, but the battle dress lets you take more damage, or increases your defense. But hey, why not just jump in some of these armored vehicles? This would have been my first instinct, but I wanted to show off, trying to go, be on foot against them. But these tanks do fuck up the skulls a lot, like this infantry fighting vehicle. And I also have, there's also a tank behind us that I didn't get to use, but it also really fucks up the skulls. And needless to say, having Quiet around helps out a lot, because she can actually do some damage. Unfortunately though, since I got rid of D-Dog and I didn't actually properly spot the skulls, I can't see where the rest are. Also the skulls, you may notice they kind of look different at times. As I said, if they charge up, they can charge up a rock shield around themselves. And then if you also hit them enough with explosives, they lose all their armor. And they become they almost look like skulls. Now that I got one of them down, oh god damn it. Now that I got one of them down, it's going a lot smoother. There's a third one somewhere, but he doesn't want to hang out with the other two. There we go, 2 out of 4 down. Again, this can only be done if you have a Brennan rifle. You can't fight the skulls any other way. Make sure you bring endgame weaponry to this fight. I'm sorry, it's gonna become a reoccurring joke now, because it's just ridiculous how many times I try to look up how do I do X, where X is defeat a thing or blow something up or whatever, and almost every fucking answer is, oh, just come back with the end game weaponry. Come on, guys. Game's not that fucking hard. Then I get a little cocky here. I want to try to take this guy out with the Magnum, but that ain't working out. And he also equipped the rock shield. You notice here he has a rocky texture on him, but I managed to get it popped. And of course I am awful at aiming. I just want to get that last shot. I want to humble him. Quiet stole the kill.
You defeated the skulls. I can't believe you took those things out. Now you just have to extract the target.
Also, you may have noticed there's I had Seize Cover, and I also got Cover Me for Quiet. That's something I unlocked during side ops. Basically, she'll just kill any soldier that's near you. And you can tell her to stop doing it. I told her to stop so she didn't destroy or kill any of those other guards. Because a few of them are ZRS soldiers, and we need to extract 3 of them, which I couldn't do that run, so I had to do a second run. What is funny though is, even though I was all the way up north, if you come all the way back down here to the airport, all the guards there are stunned, even though they were nowhere near the skulls.
Subject on board. Leave the rest to us.
But unfortunately, even though I got the 3 ZRS soldiers here, none of them was the truck driver. Twice now I've had the truck driver fucking die on me. So this time I made sure to drag him as far away as possible and then immediately book it so the skulls didn't accidentally kill him, because I guess the skulls don't have friendly fire off. But there we go, all side ops done. And then to jankily cut back to my original run through, we're just gonna extract here. From the future, I'm just going to cut out like the helicopter flying off in the distance because nothing exciting happens. Also, as that achievement down there shows, this is actually the farthest I've ever been in the game, so looking forward to finishing off the rest of the game. God damn, it's a lot of stuff.
Alright, mission complete, boss. Maybe you'll actually break us.
So D-Dog didn't appreciate being called out mid-mission, so I lost a bond with him. That sucks. But hey, we'll just go ahead and ignore that A rank. I got an S rank, okay guys?
Boss, we searched the truck you recovered. There were 2 primary types of cargo. First, drums of malachite, a copper ore. That took up most of the truck bed. But malachite isn't valuable enough to warrant an escort. The real cargo was likely the second item, a shielding container. The contents, yellow cake. That's right, the raw material for a nuclear weapon. That might point to the weapon to surpass Metal Gear Emmerich told us about. But who can say? Thing is, there isn't a lot of it. Not enough to make a nuclear warhead. Give us some time. We'll look into it. Try to figure out why they had this under such close guard.
So, got a few more tapes. Here is the Cover Me and Seize cover from Quiet.
Side ops list updated.
Boss, this is an emergency.
List
We had 2
updated.
intel team agents undercover at the PF, Contract Forces of Africa. The CFA have captured them both. They don't have long to live. You've got to get them out of there ASAP. This means Cypher might be getting wind of our existence. We may need to move more cautiously from now on. I just hope this incident has nothing to do with them. I've added the details to your mission list. Don't let them down, boss.
So you may have noticed in one of the side ops cuts, we got a token for the Fulton or something to that effect, which means we now have extra Fulton research options, which is pretty nice. Reduced waiting time just means that the balloon goes up faster, and with durability up, I guess that means the soldiers can't shoot the balloons down quite as reliably. So here is this. As someone suggested, I show it off to horrify everyone. When you increase your bond with Quiet, she gets new animations. In her cell, she usually lays down on her stomach. After a few bond points, she just walks up to here, does this little walk, and then she goes back to the bed, but sometimes she lays on her back as opposed to always laying on her stomach. And then inside the helicopter, we've seen before, she kind of looks over towards P-Quad. That's the default one. Also, after getting a few bond points and we look at her and she acknowledges us looking at her, instead of kind of scowling at us, she nods. I like that change. It kind of shows that she's developing trust with us. Another change is that she'll cross her legs and stare at us for a little bit. By the way, I've done the thing I shouldn't do, and I showed my coworkers what I do at home for fun. So if you guys are watching this video, yeah, this is what I do while I'm not working. Another thing is that she looks outside the window. Another thing is she does this, does a stretch. I have a 5-paragraph essay here that explains how this empowers her and is totally not a cheap source of fan service. Also, even though I totally do jack off to it, it is not for sexual purposes. I seem to have misplaced it here underneath my Hyperdimension Neptunia body pillow, so we'll talk about that later. And then you also get this stretching motion from her. Yep, I hope you guys enjoyed. My name is Lial, and This is what I do with my life. Good night, everybody.